As a Quaker Christian, I never expected, I expected to have some stiff resistance to my becoming a Muslim. There's actually, the Quakers that I'm associated with,
Okay.
they signed a contract with the local Muslim society that Muslims could come and pray in the Quaker meeting hall every Friday for Juma.
Okay.
So this was unusual. I didn't expect this. I didn't expect to be invited by St. Mary's Catholic Church to come and talk about my journey to Islam.
Wow.
This happened only a few months ago. And I went and I met with the leaders of the church. I spoke. I talked to them about the virgin birth of Jesus in the Quran. Virgin Mary is very important to Catholics. And I talked to them. I read from the Quran about the virgin birth story, the announcement by the angel. And it was amazing. Tears in their eyes.
Wow.
And they would say to me, we never knew this about Islam, that there are 2 chapters dedicated to the Virgin Mary and her family. And that Jesus is mentioned over 100 times, Isa, in the Quran. And that Jesus did many miracles, raising people from the dead. That he was a man without sin. That he was a man of great compassion, just as described in the Bible. That he was prophet, Messiah, the Christ. That he was raised up to God. And Jesus is coming again. When I tell them it's impossible. Muslims can't believe this. You're not telling us the truth. But I was able to communicate that I was telling them the truth. Then they said, where can we get a Quran? These are the leaders of the church. I had them in the car, but I didn't bring them in. I didn't want to use that as a barrier. But they all followed me out to my car to take Qurans from my car.
SubhanAllah, and this is you teaching the word of Allah inside the Catholic Church.
Inside the Catholic Church. Not only St. Mary's, but St. John's Catholic Church in Westminster and different places. I'm invited often, even in evangelical churches, to come and talk about the Jesus of the Muslims.
Okay. And have you had anyone wanting to embrace Islam or come close to embracing Islam?
One of my former classmates from Bob Jones Academy came to Islam.
Oh, Allahu Akbar.
And there are others who are seriously considering now. As I planted seeds, I haven't been too aggressive, but we're doing dawah. That's one of the ministries of Muslim Voice for Peace and Reconciliation.
Okay.
We want people to understand what is Islam.
Okay. Excellent. I want to get some of your feelings and emotions with some of the rituals with Islam. How do you feel when it comes to praying 5 times a day? Is it a difficult task? Or
I thought it would be, but I live right near the mosque. I walk there 5 times a day, or I pray at other mosques when I'm in other parts of the city of Jeddah. And I pray on my own when I'm traveling, in my hotel room, or in my family's home in Slovakia.
Okay.
My wife and daughter live in Slovakia. So it hasn't been nearly as difficult. It's only a matter of setting up, establishing a habit to serve God in the way He wants to be served and worshipped.
Excellent. And what was your first response, and still to this day, of hearing the recitation of the Holy Quran?
First, let me say the call to prayer from the local mosque was, it's music to my ears. It was compelling. It was beautiful.
Wow.
Especially when I knew the caller to prayer who was instrumental in my coming to Islam, Shafiq Zubir, who was from, his descendant from Rohingyas from Myanmar.
Wow. So
Shafiq and I are very close. But when I hear the Quran recited, it's miraculous. It's transforming. And I'm very grateful now to be a part of a historic faith that is known for its mercy and not its violence, which is mischaracterized by Western media.
Of course. Of course. Another ritual inside of Islam that every Muslim, male and female, must perform is the holy month of Ramadan, where we have to fast. And I had a friend some years back who embraced Islam just a week before Ramadan. And he had the momentous task of fasting for 30 days.
He went through shock.
He went through shock, but he loved it. That was the amazing thing. What was your response?
The first Ramadan was difficult for me. 30 days. Sunrise to sunset, no food, no water. My body went through a period of shock. But the next year was easier, the next year was much easier, and now I look forward to Ramadan when I can, fast and worship God in this very important way.
Excellent. And not just the fasting, but also the atmosphere in Ramadan.
Yeah.
Like Muslims coming out, praying together.